Hello, welcome to the What Are We Doing Here podcast, where we share the inspiring stories of two completely opposite women who overcame their unhealthy relationships with food and negative self talk and found a path to health and healing through self discovery and natural nutritional supplements. I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Brittany.
And today we're going to discuss the benefits of having an accountability partner when you're starting something new. It doesn't matter if it's a fitness journey, if it's a business venture, some personal goal that you have that you want to meet, like running a marathon, I guess that's fitness too. But having an accountability partner can really significantly enhance your chances of success. I actually found some statistics that highlighted the power of accountability. According to a study conducted at Dominican University, individuals who had an accountability partner were 65% more likely to accomplish their goals than those who were trying to do it on their own. And there's something I like to say, and I do this a lot, is if I make it public, I put it out there, I tell people what I'm doing, I'm more likely to keep myself accountable because we tend to give up on ourselves, but we don't want to give it up on other people or what we told someone. We want to keep our word to them. And so that's definitely one of those things for me, that putting it out there and letting someone else know what I'm doing can really help keep me accountable. But, I've had many accountability partners, not only, people going to the gym, but we've talked about a little bit briefly before that I've paid coaches for lots of things. I mean, look at when you're doing bodybuilding, I had to have a coach that I checked in with every week. They made my plan, the workout, the nutrition plan.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's hard when you either are assessing your own progress to see your progress and not to stunt it, but also having someone else say, well, how did you do with this? How did you do with that?
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to answer somebody and say, well, this week I had like 3 cheat days. And like, just because right now I'm focusing on holding myself accountable for dieting and you being my accountability partner. And, there's other people out there that check in on us. And I don't want to be the one that's like, oh, well, see, I had this many cheat days and I'm not moving. I gained 5 pounds. So you tend to push yourself a little bit harder when you have an accountability partner. Put it out in the universe, like you say.
Absolutely. I also think, though, having someone who you trust and feel comfortable with is so important too, because like you said, it's hard to say when you've messed up, but having someone that's like, you know what, we're all human. We're not looking back. We're looking forward. So yes, these things happened, but what can we do to prevent that next time?
Right. Because if you have an accountability partner, which I've been one, and I've had one that's like, oh, it's okay, over and over and over again. Then you can have a pattern where you're not really holding each other accountable anymore. But yes, it is. I mean, I see what you're saying. It's good to say it's okay. We'll move on next week. But at the same time, if it's repetitious, then it can lead to problems. This is where we're differing, Lindsay.
Okay, so that's a good point. So I guess I'm saying you need to have someone who you trust, but like me, you'll tell me and I'm like, "Hey, it happens, but how are we going to fix it?"
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm also going to be like, "Okay, so then next week I'm going to text you 5 times and
Right.
where are we at?"
Yeah, the
And
tough love.
know,
Mm-hmm.
yes. So you're right. You can't have someone like, let's say, for instance, my husband, he's incredible and amazing, but he cannot be my accountability partner because if I want to go eat ice cream or I want to go eat a burger and I want to do that 5 days in a row, he's going to say, okay, if that makes you happy, And so we know that he can't be my accountability partner. It has to be someone outside of our home and our relationship if I am at a point where I need to be strict. And that too kind of goes back to the bodybuilding and having someone who keeps me accountable when I have big goals to meet, right?
Yeah.
Because the people who are the closest to us and the people who love us, they have good intentions, but they can very easily let us kind of slide because, well, if it makes you happy.
Exactly. Right. I see that too.
So, yep. So I think finding the right accountability partner, one of the primary benefits is that it's going to increase your motivation
Mhm.
because you have that trust. And then you have that extra, like, added layer of support, and you're focused on the commitment that you're making to each other.
Exactly. And, you know, it's important to note here, I think the reason I've never succeeded, other than my hormonal imbalances and needing help with that, but I never held myself accountable. Even if I had an accountability partner, you can always tell a fib, right? Or even if you think you're not telling a fib, even in your mind, you think you're telling the truth, like, oh, I did, you know, but I only had this one little thing. The fact of the matter is, you have to hold yourself accountable, and like you said, Lindsay, you have to have an accountability partner that you trust. Somebody that can pull it out of you, be like, okay, I hear that tone of voice. What really happened, Brittany?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, so again, this all comes back to finding the right person, because
Mhm.
having someone who understands your goals, your beliefs, your abilities, and so for me and you, it's like, okay, Brittany, well, what is holding you back from keeping yourself accountable, right? Like,
Right.
what is it that makes you feel like you want to keep giving up on yourself? And so, yeah, I truly think that finding someone, having an accountability partner in general
Yeah.
is important, but having the right one is a little more important, you know?
It
And
changes
that's
the
where,
way, right. It changes it changes the way you push yourself for sure. I don't want to let you down. I mean, and it's not even about that. It's that I'd be letting myself down if I had to go, oh, Lindsay, I had this horrible week, because then I'm voicing it. I'm putting it out there. I'm giving it voice, and I'm hearing it come back to me saying, "Wait, are you making excuses? Really?" You know,
yep, yep.
Lindsay had a light bulb
And
moment.
well, it's we bring each other different perspectives,
True.
right?
Very.
And I think that, yeah, it's what you're saying. It's like we can see blind spots.
Mm.
We can see,
Yeah.
because when you're on your own journey and you're inside the box, sometimes it's hard to see, like, where am I messing up? Why do I keep, having this recurring emotional eating cycle? And so someone from the outside, they can kind of look in and be a fresh set of eyes and say, well, what's happening over here with your work? What's happening over here with your relationship? What's
Yeah.
happening over here? What are the other challenging things that you're dealing with in life that are causing whatever this goal is to be pushed to the back?
Right.
And when you're in the middle of that, you can't see it.
This is true. And it goes back to trust, and also the comfort that you have with somebody, because you're not afraid to say, look, Brittany, I love you and I love this about you, but you're wrong. We have to do something different. So you have to be able to take constructive criticism, as I have to be able to do that. I have to be able to let you critique me and not take it personally, because it's not personal. You're helping me out. So that's important. Your accountability partner has to be able to tell you something that you're doing wrong, and you can't be mad at them about it. Can't
A
take it
hundred
personal.
percent.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that's such a fantastic point. I mean, because we tend to get our feelings hurt
Mhm.
because
Yes.
you already are feeling bad about not hitting your expectations. We talked about that last week, that
Yeah.
we set such high expectations for ourselves. Again, perspective from the other side and saying, like, hey, was this really a realistic goal for you to think that you could meet? And
Hmm.
so that other side of the perspective. Um, I think too, like, when you have an accountability partner, if you've chosen someone that it's like, hey, we're going to keep each other accountable, that you have to let it flow both ways and have that trust
Yeah.
to be able to, like, you need to be able to tell me if there's something that you see that I could change or that would make my goals, which, you tell me frequently, like, I have a really hard time with slowing down. And am I
Uh-huh.
doing too much? And Lindsay, can I take this off your plate?
Yes.
And no, it's okay. It's okay. I got it. So, I think
Yeah, so
being able to
that
go,
that goes back, like, you're really you so much my accountability partner in all the different areas, not just the keeping me on track and with the dieting and things like that, but it goes back to, you know, coaching each other through life because you have had different experiences than me. So you hold me accountable, like Brittany. Whoa, I think you told me one time, I wish I could remember exactly, but you were like, no, are you setting boundaries here? Because it sounds like you are clearly being walked all over. So,
yes.
just in life, being able to have an accountability partner, even outside of your home.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, it doesn't matter if it's a fitness journey that you're on,
Mhm.
having someone that keeps you accountable can help keep you accountable in all facets of your
Yeah.
life. And I think that that's kind of what we do. And so, um, when you're on a journey, it is so important to take that first step. And it, again, if it's not
Mhm.
someone who's close to you, if it's someone, if you have to invest in yourself and you have to put a per, financial commitment to it,
Yes, absolutely.
I think sometimes because that's what I had to do. Like when
Me-
you tie money to emotions, you get stuff done. It's like, you know, if we are just making a deal with someone
Mhm.
and there you don't have any skin in the game,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
Then it's easier to give up on yourself.
Mhm. Yes.
But if you threw some money on the table and you were like, crap, I don't want to lose my money. I don't want to do this for no reason.
Right.
And so I really have come from the mind, not in the beginning. In the beginning, I was like, I can do this. I've got this all by myself.
that
Well, if
that's
you
definitely
did, you'd have already made the changes.
right. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Hmm.
So if you got it on your own, why aren't you there? Why didn't you hit your goals yet?
I'll say too, and since you bring it up, I'm going to throw it out there because until my weight loss journey, because I've said on here, I started at extremely close to 400, and we won't even go there.
Mm-hmm.
But it was easy to give up on myself. Even it was easy. I didn't have a good accountability partner for one thing because I didn't know go outside your home. And Jeremy just wanted me to be
Mm-hmm.
happy. So yeah, honey, go ahead. But two, when I realized, oh, you know what? My weight loss journey is going to be tied to my income. When I realized that, it's okay that I sell something that helps me lose weight naturally,
Mm-hmm.
but still, when I tied my weight loss journey to money, it completely changed everything because my mindset is very what there's more money on the table. How do I get it? And
Uh-huh.
so I'm always chasing that. And it doesn't matter, if it's a 9 to 5 job, if it's up every morning at 2 o'clock, it doesn't matter when it is. I'm going to chase that money. I'm at that point in my life. I'm building for my future. I'm building for my retirement. So if I tie my weight loss journey into something that makes me a little bit of money, that's great because guess what? I'm going to lose more weight and I'm going to make some money too.
Yeah.
I agree, Lindsay, 100%.
Yeah. But think about before you started selling it, you were just using it and you invested in yourself.
You're right.
And when you did that, it it really targeted something different
Mhm.
because now you've tied value to it.
True. Yes.
Because we look at things in monetary value. So if you've put your goal, you've tied money to it. So that's why
Mhm.
I love the idea of an accountability partner, but at the same time, when you invest in yourself, you really do set yourself up for even bigger results
Yeah.
because there's something emotional about losing your money.
Right.
So, uh, yeah, I think that I always have been, not always, after I got over if I knew how to do it myself, I'd already gotten there. But, paying someone who's already done what I've done
Investing in
or what
yourself.
I want to do, paying someone who has already done what I want to accomplish,
Yes.
and seeing, how did you do it? What were the steps you took? And, so people get so, women specifically, and we talked about this again last week, that like we feel like we're not worth investing in ourselves. It doesn't matter if it's time. That's why we don't do the self-care.
Yes.
We don't invest in a coach or an accountability person or a product or a gym membership or whatever, because we don't feel like we're worth it. We've got to take care of everybody else. And so that if there is one thing that I wish that I could portray to women, that is, if you invest in yourself first, if you fill up your own cup first, if you put on your own oxygen mask first,
Right.
you can take care of everybody else so much better.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not understand that until I started doing it.
No, you don't. Because you're so deep in the middle of the chaos, you neglect self care, like we said last week. But
Yep.
even since and becoming more aware of self care, since we even recorded last week, has made me go, oh, you know what? This is so true. Lindsay's so right. But yeah, once you make that first step, you were talking about making that step, finding value in yourself, and then holding yourself accountable is 100% the way to go. And I never knew that ever.
Yeah.
It's not
Talked
something
about
someone
again.
said to me. Right.
You get plucked into the world as an 18-year-old kid without any guidance.
Mm-hmm.
And so
We just
lock in arms with
But
someone.
it comes with age, a lot of it too, I wish I could look at my sisters that are 10 and 12 years younger than me and be like, wait, let's do this differently. But the fact of the matter is you gotta figure it out on your own sometimes.
You do.
Ma'am.
You do. You've got to get that light bulb on your own and be like, okay, I'm just doing it. Because if I knew how to do it, I'd have already been there.
I think you've said that already, right? Like we tend
I
to
know, but I'm going to,
do it on our own. But the fact of the matter
yeah,
is we're so much more productive when we have an accountability partner because they hold us accountable. They make us accountable to ourselves, to the world, to them. You don't want to let other people down. Tie it to emotion.
absolutely. So I feel like what I want to leave the listeners with today is, one, you are worth investing in and finding an accountability person who truly helps you meet whatever goal it is: financial, physical, weight loss, business. It doesn't matter. Find someone who's done it, you trust, and you feel like you could learn from. Lock arms and push every day until you hit your goals.
Yeah, definitely. I think what I'm taking away most from you, Lindsay, is, invest in yourself. Do that with an accountability partner, and you're setting yourself up for success.
Absolutely. Yep. All right. So if you found value in this episode today, please share it with someone else who you think could benefit from it. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell so that you don't miss an episode from us. And please give us a 5-star review on your favorite listening platform. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.